Okay, let's start, not to keep waiting anyone else. Hello, everyone. This is ELTA Live, together with LEGID. Please welcome our speaker, Anna Agu from Estonia, a managing partner of LexLaw office and a prominent fintech lawyer, actively engaged in a Web3 and other fields of law. Anna, the floor is yours. Welcome.
Hello, dear all. Thank you so much for having me. It's a big honor. I hope you had a very interesting day. And today we're going to spend 1 hour together. I will be glad to share my knowledge and personal experience regarding the essential skills for the next gen lawyers. Let me please share the screen. Can I get an access to share the screen, please? Can you see it now?
Yes, all good.
Yes, perfect. Then we can start. So I will do the short introduction of myself. So my name is Anna Agu. Once again, I'm co-founder and partner of LexLaw office. LexLaw is a law firm based in Tallinn, Estonia, and also we have the daughter company in Vilnius. And we help mainly international clients all over the world from the fintechs and IT space. I'm also co-organizer of CryptoFin conference and the former member of Blockchain Working Group. And I would like to start our webinar with a very good Pelé quote regarding the success, because why we would like to have needed skills to be successful. So success, according to the Pelé understanding, is not an accident, and I absolutely agree with this. And it is a hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what are you doing or learning to do. And today, during the webinar, we will touch several topics. First of all, I will share the tips how to start their career for the young students and the young lawyers in the legal industry. Then we will talk a little bit about the legal knowledge and skills what are in the high demand. Also, we will talk about the new era of law or new fields of law, which will give you a lot of opportunities as a legal advisor. Also, I will share my personal experience regarding how to start the law firm from scratch. And of course, we will talk about how to work successfully with the international clients and how to not burn out during this process. So let's start with essential career skills. So first of all, if you are a student and you decided to have your life dedicated to the law practice, congratulations with this, and you will have the very interesting journey. My suggestions, when you are already having the studies in the law field, you can start during the studies to participate and take an internship in different companies. And by this, I suggest to take the internship in different industries of law. So for example, you will have the chance to practice in the commercial law, labor law, and criminal law, for example, so you can get the better understanding which kind of law field is more comfortable and more interesting for you. The next one is languages. If you have a possibility to learn languages in additional in your university, please take this advantage and take a part of this, because your language level will be very important and it will add you additional value when you will be trying to find a suitable work for you. The next one, I suggest to pay attention to the technical skills. So it might be very common, but actually it is not. So I highly suggest to increase the level of your skills in PowerPoint, Word, Excel, so you are able to work with these programs, and it will help you a lot. Also, all that is related to the CRM systems or time management, if you understand how apps are working, it will give you also additional value in the future working experience. Also, one tip for you, you can take additional courses in the other universities. You can check if it is possible. For example, in Estonia is absolutely okay. If you are a student or of, let's say, Tallinn University, you can take additional course from Tartu University, and then you can combine your studies with the different courses from different universities. Also, in addition to this, please pay attention that there is a lot of students exchange programs, and they will give you also additional value to your CV and future work practice. For example, I took a part of Erasmus exchange program, according which I had an internship in Malta, so during the summer, and I can confirm that it was an amazing experience. First of all, I got an opportunity to increase my language skills. I got a lot of useful contacts from Malta. I increased my network. And of course, it was incredible. It was incredible memories when you are young in the other country. You can get a lot of good opportunities, what you can use in your future career. And of course, I would like to give advice to start already do some kind of work experience during the studies. So you can be as a freelancer, or you can take maybe the role of the law firm assistant to start already practice the knowledge that you get from the university, just to have the practical aspects of the studies as well. And do not forget about creating your network. So during your studies, your teachers in the universities, lecturers, and also your classmates are potential partners for you. So take an advantage to create the good connections with them and use them in your future life. After the studies, first of all, good news are that you need to continue your studies if you are a lawyer, and it's like long journey, a lifelong journey. Then if you haven't started yet legal practice, you need to do it. Also, you need to be active in the social media. You can start to do podcast or YouTube channel, or just write the useful posts, and write also the publications, maybe in the newspapers or any other also social media. Also, please pay attention to the time management, because time management skills are absolutely crucial in the nowadays life. We have the very fast life, and if you are not going good in the time management, you will have a lot of problems during your first work experience, and you will need those skills for sure. Also, I suggest to work on the communication skills, both verbal and written, because in practice, I can confirm that nowadays we have more written communication and less verbal communication. So you need to pay attention that you can deliver your message well, and you are the person with whom is very interesting to communicate, because being a lawyer means that you need to attract people, and you need to always share your knowledge. So communication is absolutely crucial. Also, I suggest to pay attention to the mental health. So regarding this, you need to find some kind of tips how to support yourself, because lawyers' practice is sometimes very stressful, and you need to be strong mentally to come up with all challenges that are coming in your life. And regarding this, there is a lot of suggestions. You can watch several YouTube channels or books, or find the teachers or coaches who can support you in this journey. So, for example, we had just hired the new legal assistant for our law firm, and I started to think, okay, which kind of aspects I take into consideration and pay attention on this. And then I created like a checklist for you on which aspects I pay most of all attention, and who I would like to hire. So first, especially for our company, because we are working with international clients, this person should know at least 3 languages, and the level of them is B2 or C1. And this is needed because otherwise we are not able to serve our international clients. And also it is needed to have the smooth communication within the company, because we have international team. Also, I will pay attention if the person has passed several internships, and if he or she is having this experience. Also, I will pay attention to the good communications and techie skills, so I can understand this during the work interview. Also, the previous working experience, I will pay attention to this because for me it is important that person is having the needed understanding about and potential to be already working in the past, and it is very important, even if it's not related to the law field, it can be work experience in the other business field, but at least it's showing that a person is hardworking and interested in growing as a person. Also during the job offer or job interview, we always pay attention on the ability to do research and analysis by the person, because it's very important during our work. It's even more important to be able to find suitable information rather knowing this information, because regulation is changing very fast. And if you are able to find the information from the right resources, this is absolutely enough. And last but not least, I'm considering the candidates according if the person is having the same values with the company. And this is very important because we will spend a lot of time together, and if we need to have the same understanding, the same basics, the same fundamental principles to have this successful cooperation in the future. So here is my list of next gen lawyer skills that are in high demand, and I believe each law firm founder can confirm this. First of all, time and project management skills, because I see that some lawyers are having the very deep knowledge in particular in law, but they are not good in project management, and they are not able to, for example, communicate with the team members, or they cannot fulfill all the deadlines, or they do not have this project management view when you're understanding which kind of parts are more important and I need to take them in advance, for example, as a task, and what can be on the second level. Also, communication skill, as I mentioned before, verbal and written. Also, creative problem solving. I always pay attention if the person is able to see the things differently, and if the person is ready to think out of the box. Because actually, if the person has these skills, he or she will create the value to the company, and according to his or her ideas, it is possible to improve the processes and improve the level of the services as well. Next is teamwork. The person should be able to work in team and respect the team members. Techie skills, as I mentioned before, pay attention to this. You need to be good in at least Excel, PowerPoint, Word, Outlook, Zoom. For example, I had a very interesting situation. Just today, we had just hired the new legal assistant for our law firm. And today I gave a task to send not the online letter by email, but the physical letter to the UK. And this was absolutely first time experience for this young lady. And then I understood that not only the techie skills, but also old school, let's say, skills are sometimes needed. So you need to be able to send the letters old fashioned way as well, by post. And you need to know how to do it. Even if it's just like first time. So not only techie skills, but normal skills related to the documents and operation activity of the company as well. The next interesting point is productivity. I mean, to do smart work. What I mean by this, I mean that person is having the understanding about which kind of work can be delegated or done another way, or done by partners, or done by technology. So lawyer is only working on the particular tasks which are like a smart work. And this productivity, or ability to see the productivity and ability to see the opportunities to change the processes, is also very important. And last but not least, of course, research and analysis. As I mentioned before, being able to find the right data is very important, especially if you can do it fast and you can easily get the data. It will be very helpful in your career. So let's move to another part. We talked a little bit about the career opportunities for the young lawyers who are just starting their career. But let's talk about how to run the law firm from scratch. And here I'm glad to share my personal experience. So I also was a young lawyer, but a little bit with experience. And I decided to start my company in 2017. And we didn't have a lot of capital for running the law firms. And basically, we didn't have the team, the partners, the client, but we had the interest and vision. And our vision was to start to provide the legal services to the IT and fintech projects. And when we started to do the research, we understand that there is not a lot of law firms who are dedicated to this industry, and we saw the opportunity there. So we start in 2017, and where we are now, after almost 6 years, we have the team of 7 members. We have the offices in Tallinn and daughter company in Vilnius. We have international clients from more than 20 countries. We are members of several associations. We are invited to be a part of roundtables and working group to develop the legislation in the fintech and blockchain and crypto space. And we have the strong vision for our growth in the future. So everything is possible. And I'm glad to share like some tips how to succeed or how I can see this journey. First suggestion or advice is to use technology possibilities and be active in the social media. What I mean by this, according to the statistic data, 85% of the legal professionals are using some kind of software to manage their firms. We also use different softwares, for example, for clients KYC, we use one partner, and software for KYT, we use another. We use CRM to optimize our workflow, and several helping tools for our workflow. And according to statistic data, 25% more of the clients are interested in having the virtual meetings with the lawyer over the in-person meetings, which is very interesting. And I believe that pandemic period also helped us with this. And I can confirm that we started our law firm already in 2017 with the attitude that we pay a lot of attention on the online communication with the customers. And during the pandemic period, we didn't had to do something in additional because we were already online and our communication and processes were established before. So if you are not online yet, if you do not have the smooth system for this, believe me, you need to take this advantage, and it will create you new opportunity and save you a lot of time. Just a second. If we are talking about the technology efficiency, then there is some interesting statistic data for you. And according to this, 88% of the lawyers believe that automation of the process will help to serve their clients, and 68% said that technology helped them to deliver better clients experience, and 58% of lawyers said and confirmed that it's creating additional revenue and 50% more casework. So, and important, we always think about work-life balance. 52% of lawyers confirm that it helps technology in the process of the legal practice, has improved them work and life balance. So it will make your life easier. It will save you a lot of time. It will create you more revenue, and it will bring you to another level. Next suggestion is to enter the new era of law fields. What I mean by this, there is a lot of emerging areas of law which are still not taking or still developing, and I put it some of them. For example, fintech, crypto, blockchain, Web3, compliance, cybersecurity, IP law, health law, anti-aging, for example, is very popular right now, gaming law, cannabis law. In Lex Law, we started in 2017 with the fintech, crypto, blockchain, compliance, and IP law, and we are continuing. And in the nearest future, we would like to add to our services also the possibility to advise clients on gaming law and health law. Also, I can suggest from our personal experience that provide to the clients project-based pricing. It will help you to save your time. Because according to the statistic data, 12% of lawyers do not collect hours or do not collect 12% of hours from the clients. So 12% of hours are not billed. And actually, if you are providing from the scratch the project-based pricing system, you do not have this issue because you already done this analysis and provided the final price to the customer, which means that you will not gonna miss something. Of course, it is not easy to do when you have the absolutely new project or you have new tasks that you haven't done before. So this prognosis may be wrong, but once you are doing the task or duties which are common, you will be able to understand how much time you actually need to fulfill the obligations and finish these tasks, and you will be able to provide this project-based pricing system. And also such approach is helping to establish the good relationship with the clients, because they will never get this uncomfortable surprise by receiving the invoice from the law firm when they receive the amount which is much more higher than they expected, because you spent more hours. Of course, it is not always possible to provide the project-based pricing system, and sometimes we also provide the hourly rates. But in general, if your attitude is that you would like to be transparent and you would like to be like very customer friendly, try to go on the project-based pricing system. Next suggestion is to belong to the association and create the strong partnership community. It will help you to actually improve your skills, have this international approach, and be more valuable for the clients. So for example, we have a very good and strong partnerships in different countries with several law firms. And this means that if the client is coming to us, let's say a company from Thailand, and saying like, we would like to extend our business to the European Union, and we would like to establish company in, I don't know, Estonia, Lithuania, Switzerland, Germany, and Austria. We can help with all of this because we have several partners with whom we can do cross-border cases, and in that case provide the complex solution for the client, and for the client it's very helpful. Next suggestion is to communicate with the entrepreneurs. Actually, my suggestion is to always ask the feedback from the clients, especially if you are working with a corporate law area. You will have a lot of clients who are much more advanced entrepreneurs than you, maybe, and you can always ask additional questions for them, or ask to mentor you or help in some kind of project. And I can confirm that I learned a lot from our clients, and they helped us a lot to develop even better services for our future clients as well. Next suggestion is to be flexible with the payment methods. Have the different options for your clients: wire transfer, debit card, credit card, crypto payments. Also think about payment plans or installment. It can be also helpful for some kind of clients. And what I can share from my personal experience, for example, we have had some experience when we agreed with the clients on success fee. So for example, if we have a very long long-term project, and we are not sure, or client is not sure about the result, but we are sure in our level of the services, you can agree with the clients on success fee, and it is additional improvement to the client that you are believing in yourself, in your quality of the services, and sometimes it's helping to close the deals. And here is an interesting chart according which you may see actually the information about what clients actually want. It's shown by red, and it's shown by violet what lawyers think that clients want. And you can see that payment plans are in high demand. And last one, give a chance to be creative to the young generation. I mean, if you are a leader, if you are the founder of the law firm, you need to work on this atmosphere in your company. My suggestion is to do like periodic feedback on the atmosphere, have the good connection with your team. Also, you can involve them in the business strategy plans, growth strategy, and if they will see which kind of improvement they can generate together with the leader, they will be more motivated and more involved. Also, I suggest to do the brainstorming together, also on the periodic way. You will be shocked by how much ideas your team members are actually having. And a lot of good ideas we created in our company by this option. And of course, to create this creative atmosphere, you need to promote learning and teaching within the company. You need to celebrate the people. You need to support them. You need to be ready to think different and show the effect of the work. So as I said before, if your team members will understand which kind of impact they can do on the work processes or strategy or some kind of development, they will be much more interested in taking a part of this. So let's move to the next topic, which is very personal to me because I have experienced this, and I can share some advice regarding how to not to burn out after I have experienced this. So let's start with the statistic data. 56% of the lawyers work after 5 p.m. 28% of the lawyers work after 6 p.m. 11% of the lawyers work after 10 p.m. And I was a lawyer who belongs to this 11%. Interesting, when I was preparing yesterday the presentation for you, I started to think, okay, interesting how much, so what is the percentage of the entrepreneurs who are doing not normal working days? And according to the statistic data, 62% of the founders are doing more than 50 hours working week. So this percentage is even more. Additional to this, 86% of the lawyers work outside the typical workday, and 73% of the lawyers work outside the regular business days. That means they are working on the weekends. You can ask me, okay, cool, Anna, what next? What I need to do with this? First of all, I would like to say that by working regular business hours, you are actually creating more possibility for your career. And statistic data is also confirming this. So lawyers who work regular business hours are 28% more satisfied with the professional life, and they are 26% more likely positive, having the positive relationship with the clients, and 28% more likely positive relationship with the colleagues. So let's talk a little bit about how to not feel burnt out. First of all, as we talked before, use the technology. And by this, I mean, use the CRM, use the technology that helps you to create templates, use the technology to have the workflow more structured and more trackable. The next one, do not control everything and study to delegate the tasks. So this is especially for the team leaders or founders. I know that all the lawyers are interested in control and they would like to be 100% sure and everything, but to have good mental health and to have normal work and life balance, you need to learn this possibility to be able to delegate the tasks. Then do not overwork. And that means that have the rules and principles when you finish your work, have the rule and principles to do the breakouts during the day. For example, I decided 1.5 years ago that I will never work on the weekends. And first week I thought that, oh, it is impossible. I will have so much tasks that are burning. But after 2-3 weeks, I recognized that nothing is actually happening and I can be more productive during the business hours and do not take the work during the weekends. And also, for example, I use such tip. I put in my phone a reminder to do the breaks during the day, like 10-15 minutes break 5 times per day. And I have this like voice signal reminding me regarding this. And I always, I'm not skipping this and it's helping me a lot. Next, you need to find supportive methods how to retreat. You need to do like research with yourself, which kind of things are helping you to feel retreated. So for example, it can be walking, yoga, some sports, or maybe just having the 1 hour of silence at your home. You need to be true with yourself and have the list of the supporting methods what you can use when you are in this need. In addition to this, I highly suggest to have the coaching sessions. It will help you a lot to achieve personal goals and also professional goals. And I believe that this is a very good tool. We are also using team coaching in our team. At least once a year, we do the session with a professional team coach and take the most common problem that team is having at the moment and trying to find the solution. And I can share from my personal experience that things that might be very difficult to solve, or if the team is not able to find the good solution, or solution is not working, or solution is short term and is not long lasting, then actually coaching methods are helping to find the way from there, and is helping to not only to find the solution but also to implement this. So my personal advice is to have the personal coach and also to implement team coaching in your law firm as well. And of course, I believe it's even the most important is to recognize in advance if you have a problems, if you feel absolutely empty or you have some signals of burnout. Talk to your team, talk to your leader. I believe you will be heard, and with the support, it's always easier to find a solution. And I would like to summarize my presentation by Steve Jobs' words. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is a great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking, don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you will know when you will find it. Thank you so much for the attention, and I will be glad to hear your questions.
Thank you, Anna, for the presentations. And dear participants, if you want to ask something, you can post your question in chat or just let me know and I will unmute you and you can ask it orally.
Let's give us some time and to our participants as well. Maybe we'll have a question at LinkedIn. Where is the second part of our participants? Maybe I would ask a question. I'm a lawyer myself, and of course I'm aware of the most things you said, as I'm an experienced lawyer, and probably the best question I could ask here is whether you somehow track the efficiency when using technology while practicing law. Is there any comparison in your practice, how it was and how it is right now, depending on the volume of the use of the technology in your practice?
This is a very good question. We use the CRM system Monday. I'm not promoting them, but they have several good tools how to track their results. And we use these methods for the project's result evaluation. So, for example, in 2022, we had changes in the law for the fintech and crypto projects in the AML Act, and we had only 2-3 months to comply with the new regulation and fulfill all the new requirements by the law. And we had more than 30 companies in this industry, and they had all in the same day the deadline. So it was very crucial to have the good project management skills and to track also the results. And I can confirm that by using our system, we were able to understand in which projects we need to have the more attention and which kind of lawyers are more successful with the tasks and where we need to do restrictions in the processes. And according to this, we were able to make changes. So my answer is very wide, but according to this use case, I can confirm that by using technology, you will be able to receive better feedback on the work result of your team members.
It's definitely true, because I think that around 20% of lawyers quit the legal practice at all due to work-life balance issues. And the technology can definitely resolve these issues in long run, for sure. I don't know whether it can resolve all the issues right away, but with time, it definitely helps. It helps a lot with achieving your goals, managing your time, and having a better work-life balance. Because we are not here only for work. We need to love our work, but definitely we need to have some rest in order to be efficient. Yes.
Absolutely agree. And I can say that by doing smart work, you can actually keep the motivation level of your team members higher. That means if you can like use templates, have less like say monkey job for your team members, it will help to, I believe, decrease the percentage of the lawyers who would like to quit their job because it's very hard. I believe there is some kind of questions. So curious
Yes,
about
it's two questions. How many hours do you sleep normally, and are you able to exercise frequently? Be honest with us, Anna.
yes, I'm a very good sleeper. I need to sleep 8-9 hours, and I'm trying to keep this. And if I'm missing some hours, then I do it on the weekends. And yes, I have on the regular basis the sports in my life.
Great. And another question at first, thank you so much for the presentation. And I wanted to ask if you could say something more on the most requested new international law developments. I'm soon going to graduate my bachelor in international and European law. Do you have any advice on the most requested skills and fields for lawyers wanting to work in the international arena to inform my master's choice?
Yes, of course. I suggest to pay attention to the corporate law, international corporate law, also bankruptcy. And if you are interested in administrative law and tax law, you can also pay attention to the international taxation regulation, which can be very interesting. And if it is something that make you passionate about, and the taxation law is 100% very challenging, and there is a lot of interesting to know about.
And Anna is the perfect person to talk about taxation law because she had worked in a tax board administration for 7 years. So be welcome to ask her additional questions on that.
So one participant would like to ask a question via microphone. Sophia, you can unmute yourself.
Hi, hello. Thank you so much, Anna, for the presentation. I really appreciated it. I guess this is a sort of related question to what Ariana asked about most requested skills, etc. But I guess this is a little bit more particular because for me, I'm studying in the Netherlands, but I'm a third country national. But then my interest is in like legal, for example, things like legal technology, as you've kind of alluded to in your presentation. And my concern is that my specific bachelor and me being a third country national creates certain barriers for me to sort of create a full legal career. So I have to take a sort of law adjacent career like legal technology. And I'm just wondering if there are any, like, let's say, indispensable skills that would certainly help someone in my situation to really advance as in this sort of area. But yes.
If I understood you correctly, my suggestion to you is I'm not sure if you have good courses regarding this in the university, but I'm sure that if you will do the research in, for example, Udemy, there is a lot of very useful online courses which are prepared by lawyers, experienced lawyers, like from the practical part, and you can take a part of them, and they are not very expensive, so you can increase the level of the knowledge by taking course from there. And also, for example, for the lawyers who are just joining our law firm, we also suggest to take a part of such courses, because at least in Estonia, we have very like theoretical courses, and when you start practicing law, you need to be more dedicated to the practical aspects of the legal practice, and you can get them actually by working experience or by studying from the lawyers who are actively practicing the law. So my suggestion, if you do not have a chance to practice now, you can take the course from the, for example, Udemy, to increase your knowledge in this field. Thank you.
I would definitely add something here. For instance, if you are studying an international law or a private law, doesn't matter. You are not that tightly associated and connected to this type of law you are studying. You can always switch to any other legal area and even to any other legal profession in the industry. Because nowadays, with the development of the technology, there are a lot of different legal professions, such as legal designer, legal engineer. Anyone from the legal industry who is associated with the digital transition in the industry. So you are quite flexible here. If you are a graduated person from some law school, there are a lot of doors opened for you actually. If you are a good thinker, you are good at communication, and you are willing to learn new things, not only reading laws and copying them into the legal summaries for clients. So you are quite flexible. Do not worry about this. I studied private law, but I'm actually dealing with international law, corporate law, technology law, etc. It all comes with practice.
And then we have a question. Are there any effects to the legal practice in Europe because of the Ukraine-Russia war?
My answer is definitely yes, especially in the field of compliance, because after the war with Ukraine, we had several packages of the sanctions issued by the European Union, and the implementation of them was a little bit difficult for the companies. I know from the practical part of this. So all the companies who are, for example, providing financial services or even legal advisors or accounting companies, they cannot serve the clients from Russia, and it had an effect. Also, we had, for example, as we are working with the corporate law and technology law, we had a lot of requests by Ukrainians who were moved abroad because of the situation with the war, and they were looking for the suitable jurisdiction to start their businesses or relocate the businesses. And still until now, we have a lot of requests from Ukrainians, and we are always glad to support.
It's for Sophia.
Okay, thank you, Valentina. And seems that we don't have questions for the moment. Thank you guys who asked the questions. Thank you very much.
Yes.
And are we done, or we want to comment something else?
I would summarize and give the last personal advice from my side to all experienced lawyers and just young lawyers who are starting their career. I suggest to be open to the new technology and open to new achievements and opportunities in the legal field. To be creative and to be able to provide even better services to the clients, because in the final stage, we would like to have successful career, but also successful stories with our clients. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Yes, proactive approach within the legal industry is really important. So we as lawyers should think on how we can help our clients to make business, not only how to bill them. So it is important to be proactive. There is a proactive contracting, proactive law approaches. You should definitely think of them and study them. So yes, that's a good way to go.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Valentin. Thank you to all participants.